We are going to discuss few questions and suggested answers under the topic History of Sri Lankan Muslims, Relationship between Arabia and Sri Lanka. So for the day, I have 6 questions for you. First one, explain about the introduction of Islam in Sri Lanka. Second one, write the causes for early settlements of Arabs in coastal area. Third one, establish the ancient history of Muslims in Sri Lanka with evidence. Fourth question, what did attract Arabs into Sri Lanka? Fifth one, explain the contribution done for the betterment of the nation by Arabs. Sixth question, explain as to show how the Muslims contributed towards economic development of Sri Lanka. Question number 1, explain the introduction of Islam in Sri Lanka. So under that you would write Wahab ibn Abi Hafsa's arrival in 628 AC. Children, we have learned during the latter part of Prophet ﷺ's life, he sent words about Islam through messengers to various countries and parts of the world. Likewise, this Wahab ibn Abi Hafsa was also sent to Sri Lanka by Prophet ﷺ with a letter. And then the king of Sri Lanka at that time welcomed him and permitted him to preach Islam in Sri Lanka. And remember, he had stayed here for 4 years. Actually, he came in 628 and left in 632. And this incident was mentioned in Muslim Nation by MC Sitti Lebbe. Delegation of King Akbori II. 2 men were sent to Arabia as to learn the preachings of Prophet ﷺ because the Arabs who were residing in Sri Lanka were very interested in teachings of Prophet ﷺ. But by the time they reached Arabia, Prophet ﷺ and the next Caliph Abu Bakr Rali had died. So it was during Umar ibn Khattab Rali's period these 2 men reached Arabia and they learned from Umar Rali. On their way to Sri Lanka, one man died in a place called Makran and the other reached Sri Lanka and taught all what he had learned. The third point, during the period of Umayyad Caliphs, due to the harassment of the governor of Iraq called Hajjaj, Banu Hashims left Arabia and settled in the coastal belt of Sri Lanka and South India. Coins which were used during the caliphate of Walid and Abdul Malik were found in Muturajawala is an evidence. The fourth point, the mission of King Dapo Tissa II. Under that, the King Dapo Tissa II sent back the widows and the orphan children of Arab traders back to Arabia. The ship which carried all widows and children were looted at Tebel, the current Karachi. The news was spread. Hajjaj immediately wrote a letter to the king of Sindh asking to release the women. But the king took it very lightly and did not release them. As a result, Hajjaj sent an army under the leadership of Muhammad bin Qasim in the year 1715 and captured Sindh. Arrival of Khalid bin Bakaya. As per the request of Sri Lankan Muslim from the king of Baghdad, Harun al-Rashid, an advisor was sent to Colombo. He was sent during Abbasiya Caliphate. He did his religious work here and died here and also was buried in Sri Lanka. His gravestone was found during the time of British. Question number 2, write the causes for early settlement of Arabs in coastal area. Under that, the first point, to make international trade, they settled in coastal belts like Colombo, Putlam, Gaul and Trincomalee. Second point, as to distribute imported goods and to export collected goods. Third point, port facility, availability of accommodation, pure drinking water and ship repairing access for few reasons. Fourth point, easy access to China during monsoon. Fifth point, trade opportunity from India. The third main question, establish the ancient history of Sri Lankan Muslim with evidence, or simply state the ancient history of Muslims in Sri Lanka with evidence. The first point, arrival of Wahab ibn Abi Hafsa in 628 AC and the evidence, it was mentioned in Muslim Nation by MC Sitti Lebbe. The second point, during the time of Umar Rali, Islam was introduced in Sri Lanka and the evidence, this was mentioned by the historian named Ibn Sahayar in his book Ajabul Hind. The third point, before the advent of Islam, the Arabs had occupied areas in the coastal belt of Malabar and Sri Lanka and the evidence, this was written by Pliny. The fourth point, harassment of Banu Hashims by the governor Hajjaji and their settlement in the coastal area of Sri Lanka and India. And the evidence are the coins of Umayyad Caliphate found at Muturajawala. Second point, these facts were mentioned in the book Ceylon by Sir James Emerson Tennant. The fifth point, the arrival of Khalid ibn Bakaya, the gravestone of Khalid ibn Bakaya found in Sri Lanka during the period of British. The fourth main question, what did attract Arab into Sri Lanka? Under that, the first point, the strategic location of the island in the Indian Ocean. The second point, the natural harbour of Trincomalee. The third point, the valuable resources present naturally, for example, gems, cinnamon, tea, etc. Fourth point, availability of pure drinking water. Fifth point, the climatic changes and the wind pattern was in favour. Sixth point, Adams Peak. Fifth main question, explain the contribution done for the betterment of the nation by Arabs. Under that, first point, introduce domestic products to the foreign market. So it was the Arabs who took the local products like gem, tea, ivory, perfume to the foreign market and created a market space for Sri Lankan products. The second point, they told about the footprint of Prophet Adam alayhi salam to people. Under that, it was Arab traders who did spread the news of Adams Peak, and this made Sri Lanka famous for. And many tourists visited Sri Lanka. The third main point, uplifted agriculture. Under that, Arabs who were well known for trade did not only involve in it but worked hard to develop agriculture. In order to increase yields, they used modern technologies. The fourth point, developed textile industry. So it was Arabs who got down weavers from other countries as to develop domestic textile industries. The fifth point, transport methods were introduced. Under that, the tablama was introduced by Muslims and they also taught how to make canoes. The sixth point, they also contributed immensely towards the independence. Under that, there were 4 Muslims as advisors of trade in the parliament of King Parakramabahu, and Muslims did fight against Portuguese. Muslims were also sent as ambassador even on behalf of Candian kings. At the end of 19th century, Muslims got together with the other nationalities and fought for independence. The seventh point, trade ties with Egypt. A Muslim businessman was sent to Egypt as an ambassador in order to increase trade ties. Eighth point, their services in different fields. Under that, they served the country in all fields such as unity, education, justice, health, and international relationship. In short, towards the development of the country. The sixth main question, explain as to show how the Muslims contributed towards economic development of Sri Lanka. Introduced domestic products to the foreign market. So it was the Arabs who took the local products like gem, tea, ivory, perfume to the foreign market and created a market space for Sri Lankan products. They told about the footprint of Prophet Adam alayhi salam to people. Under that, it was Arab traders who did spread the news of Adams Peak, and this made Sri Lanka famous for. And many tourists visited Sri Lanka. Uplifted agriculture. Under that, Arabs who were well known for trade did not only involve in it but worked hard to develop agriculture. In order to increase yields, they used modern technologies. Developed textile industry. So it was Arabs who got down weavers from other countries as to develop domestic textile industries. Trade ties with Egypt. A Muslim businessman was sent to Egypt as an ambassador in order to increase trade ties.